Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Untitled Melee RNG. Is it good? Is it worth your time? I basically cover anything that's kind of connected to an MMO, to an RPG, or to a dungeon runner, so to speak, on Roblox. I would consider myself actually a pro. So let's go and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Should you play it? We'll see and find out. All right. So, what is this game? The Untitled Melee RPG. What is this? Is it RNG or RPG? I think it's RPG. Oh, it's RNG. What did I say? Did I say RPG or did I say RNG? I don't know. Anyways, so the game starts off pretty interesting. I think this concept is something that we've seen before. Maybe not per se on Roblox. I haven't seen this concept on Roblox. I've actually seen this concept on like mobile games. You know, and some other PC games as well. So, I think the concept of this is pretty cool. It starts off a little slow, as all of these games really do. I'm not really that much deep in on the game. I personally think the game, I mean, obviously, if you don't like, you know, AFKing a lot, then this game, again, is not going to be for you. If you're somebody that actually really goes out and works a lot, or doesn't have the specific time to, like, always be fully, you know, within the game, then I think this game is definitely for you. For me personally, it fell a little bit flat on the action feeling of it. Like, you know, just going into the game, go like, wow, I'm achieving something here. It actually falls a little bit flat. I think the game itself is pretty well made. I like the idea with the floating, you know, things, the swords that are kind of going around. But for me personally, I gotta say, it got pretty boring pretty fast. Now, the idea of the game, I think, is pretty cool. If there would be a little bit more something that you can actually do, because basically what you do, even if you're fighting bosses, although I think the boss fights are actually quite interesting because they do kind of like spawn red areas that you have to dodge and stuff like that. But other than that, there's not much more that you can really do, at least for me. There's upgrades. There's a very interesting skill tree that you got in this game that you can actually check out. We're going to talk about that in a second. So let me actually just go down there and show you where you actually start off in the game. Also, you are very slow. Wait, hold on. You're actually going to run fast by... Wait, I'm a bit confused. Holding down control. This is weird. I've never seen a game where you run fast with control, but maybe that's because my shift lock is on. Maybe. So, this is basically where you will start. This is the starting area, right? The starting area, what you basically do is you're gonna start off with, like, you're gonna choose yourself a sword or something, and you're gonna go straight into battle. Mostly it's an auto battler for me. Basically what it does is you just do nothing, and they just get close to you, and you kind of like shred them with your blades. I like this idea. The blades look really cool. They look handcrafted. They look very well done. The map design is at most very simplistic. You know, the map design isn't necessarily blowing me away, but again, I haven't really gone deep in on the game, right? For me personally, it fell flat already in the second map, where I was sitting around and I was like, okay, so I get the gameplay loop. You basically wait, you kill things, and then you go, oh, no, wait, now I can use my shift. Whoa, what a weird way of doing this. Okay, then again, you kind of like get yourself some mana, so to speak, in this game, and what you can then do is basically use the mana points for skill points, and then you can go into your upgrade skill tree and upgrade your multipliers, your boss spawn chance. I think this is like the highlight of the game, which is the stat view. All of it, you know, I think that's like kind of the highlight of the entire game. You have things like energy limit, weapons equipped, damage multiplier. Of course, the damage multiplier is really good. I think the meta in this game would be the enemy spawn rate. The more enemies that you can actually spawn, that kind of makes the most sense, because you're kind of really dependent on having as many enemies spawning in the game as well, because the next stage, as you can see on the top here, you will be able to unlock when having more kills, so having more enemies. I can imagine this to look really interesting, but on the flip side, I can also imagine if you're using an older phone, an older computer, or any device that you play Roblox on, I can technically see that this could be demanding and kind of make your mobile phone really cook. And I wouldn't imagine, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you at one point could like crack an egg on your on your mobile device and do a nice omelet there, because it like runs so warm. but I don't know. Maybe this is optimized very well. I can't tell you. Now, another thing that I haven't noticed in this game is an option, like a bar for having options to maybe turn on potato mode. So that's kind of a little bit of a downside as well. I mean, the game kind of like released not long ago, I think. But I would technically say it would be better if you would be, if they would have like a settings menu where you could literally turn down the graphics a little bit. Of course, if you don't know, you can always go into the Roblox settings and turn the graphics down this way. And the game looks much easier to run for, machines that are probably not as beefy as some of the Roblox game require. Anyways, there is a starter pack for 19 Robux in there. It doesn't really show what that starter pack is. I'm not gonna buy it right now because I don't necessarily think I will be continuing to play the game. But here's the thing, on the left side, I just discovered it, by the way. You can hide the mobs, so I guess if it's gonna get too beefy, you can use that setting to make it a little easier. It was a little hidden down here. I think that's kind of alright, but honestly, that also kind of takes away the entire looks of the game loop. I think that could probably technically be maybe done better, but I don't know. I'm not a developer. Now, in the weapons tab, you can, it's also very simplistic. Simple inventory. You have an index. I don't think the index really gives you anything for filling it out. So that's a little sad, but again, the game is kind of new, so I'm not expecting too much yet. I've seen that the next update is going to be a crafting event, a crafting update, which I personally think is a pretty good idea, that if you have multiple ones, that you can actually do something with it. That makes a lot of sense. Make it stronger, for example, merge them, craft them, so to speak. Yeah, so the first map, again, it's nothing too crazy. Let's quickly check out the store to see what the prices are. 5,000 skill points, that's definitely highly pay to win, but this game is not really PvP based. I think the game doesn't have PvP. If it shall have or had PvP, then of course that would be a gigantic pay to win factor, but as of state of now, I haven't seen any PvP, so I don't know, maybe they will add it in the future, but yeah. I'm not a fan of time game passes that run out. So basically you pay 100 Robux, which is an equivalent of $1 technically, but it runs out in 15 minutes. A little greedy, don't like that. I would enjoy to just have game passes where you could get ×2 mana for like 400 or 500 Robux, 499 maybe. I don't like these time things. I would never put any money into those. A teleporter should be free. Honestly, should be free. Teleporter should always be free. I always fight for a free teleporter in games. I think you shouldn't be able to pay money for that. No. Even if it's just 99 Robux, it's not a lot of Robux, but for some people it might be. So, no. Auto boss rate is valid. This is a valid game pass. Yeah, so I don't mind that. A little expensive, a little on the pricey side. Double kills permanent, also a valid game pass. 800 Robux, a bit too expensive. The OP, if it really is OP overpowered, then 999 Robux is fair. Double kills permanent, don't know, 800 Robux seems a bit much. I think they could lower it by 200, but it doesn't hurt me. I'm not sitting here and gonna go like, wow, this is like a huge cash grab or anything. But if you think about that, these two game passes are the equivalent of almost $20 where you could actually buy a fully fledged game on Steam. I think this is a little expensive. It's a little pricey, especially with these ones in here. I don't like those. I think the store shop is okay. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, and that's about it. Now, how satisfying is this game? For me, now, if you like this, if you like watching big hordes of enemies going in there, and you just do nothing and shred, basically the game also tells you that you can do this all offline. So basically you also kill people offline by not being in the game. I don't know if there's some sort of a time cap on it. I have no idea. The only thing that really I did enjoy in this game was the boss raids. I think the boss raids are pretty cool, the idea of it as well, but what the boss raids actually give you is pretty bad. It's not really good. Now, there is a fusion machine. I don't know, you have to probably, you have to buy it. So there is merging. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, I haven't been too far into the game yet. You can get it for 1 million, so that's fine. That's good. I don't mind that at all. You can see that I'm already farming quite fast. I don't know how the other maps look like, so but the thing is, so where do we draw the line? Now imagine this, you start playing a game, and maybe at world 3, 4, 5, that's where the game really starts. But what if you don't get there because you get bored of it already? Now, is that a game flaw, or is that a player flaw? I don't know, but I will be going towards it, and I will, because this is more like a first view, first look at. I was bored quite fast once I reached this place because I have a high form of ADHD. That means for me, doing nothing in a game is just dreadful. This is just a game that I personally don't like. This is why I like the MMORPG genre so much, because you actually have to really fight for your items. You have to really do something to be rewarded. Now in this case, this is more like a lazy man's game, right? Where you just basically do nothing, you get rewarded for nothing, and that doesn't tickle my brain. That doesn't make me be really interested in being like, wow, this is a game I really want to play again. Now, honestly, there are people that like cozy games, and I play Stardew Valley. I like cozy games, I like chill games once in a while. That's why I don't think this game is too bad. The idea and the gameplay loop actually I do sort of enjoy, but there's just part of me in my mind where I just go like, yeah, but it's not gonna be an evergreen game that I'm going to continuously be playing. Now, that might change in the future. We don't know what kind of updates this game is going to throw you in with. I have no idea. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see. Now, I can get technically stronger with that fusion machine, so I shouldn't have spent all of my mana on whatever I just spent it on, like skill points. Because if you're starting to fuse, you're going to be extremely, much stronger, as you can see here. Because some of those, I have like 8 of those, 11 of those, stuff like that, 21 of those. If that's gonna make a huge, gigantic impact, because as you can see, I am already one-shotting these guys anyways. Another very good feature I have in here is this hide rolls thing. I think that's really fantastic. At first I was like, damn, now I gotta watch that the entire time, but then I saw you can actually hide rolls in auto roll. That's good. That is some good free-to-play stuff. They could have monetized it. I mean, at least the auto-roll or something, they could have monetized it, but they chose not to, because that gameplay loop is heavily dependent on that rolling part of the game. I bet, though, that they were thinking about monetizing it. I bet they did think about it. But, yeah, I think this game really profits, for the community at least, of that auto spin. It's just extremely important. I think you have to join the group or something, as far as I believe, but that's fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind joining a group or something like that. I don't remember, though, if it was actually the case, but yeah. Alright, so this basically sums it up. Now, let's talk about scoring this game. I would give it a 6 out of 10 as of now, because there are elements in it that are missing for at least for me to be really... Let's give it a 6.5. 6.5 means it's better than average, and it also means that it has potential in the future, in the near future, to become and be something bigger. It would be nice if there would be some co-op action, people, you know, teaming up with each other, being able to collect together, speed up the process a little bit, make it a little more worth their time. I also would like them to see, you know, do the boss raids a little bit more, put more focus on the boss raid situation. So, okay, we got the fusion machine here. That's really nice. So how does it work? Not enough quantity to fuse. Let's go with something with 6. Fuse minus 20, okay. Let's do, oh, so you have, oh, fusion failed, and you're able to lose those. Okay, don't hate it, don't love it. It's a neutral state to that. I'll be checking out the future stages, if the video is gonna get some traction, if you guys enjoy it, and if you want me to play it, I will. I think it's better than average, but it also could definitely profit of some QOL changes and a little bit more action, you know, a little bit more go and let's do something here. Anyways, for example, skills would be cool. Add skills when we press E, like poof, like a big explosion or something. Make it a little bit more interactive. That's my tip that I would have to maybe spice it up a little bit. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my take on this game, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.